She literally said, I fucking hate when people say if he wanted to, he would. And I was listening to her reasons. Mm-hmm. I didn't agree. I was like, mamas, if he wanted to, he would. And they were making excuses like, maybe he has this, maybe he does.
I'm so over like
That's
just
hilarious.
giving people like the benefit of the doubt in like dating. Like we're grown. Like again, we're gonna do things we want to do. If I want to hit you up, I will. If I don't want to respond, I probably won't. Like,
So like what?
like when you're dating already, like you're being like the best version of yourself to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're guarded, right? And like you're putting your best foot forward. So I don't know. It's just
Like I didn't agree with that. Yeah.
No,
what
like
she said.
no, we don't got time to waste on benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the
Like-
what if? Like what if he
No.
got in a relationship last week? Like
it reminds
bitch,
me
what?
of like then why are you
Time
on
to
this
move
dating
on.
app?
Goodbye.
Yeah. It just reminds me of that movie like He's Just Not That Into You where like
Love
he
that
built-
movie.
which I love. I
I
just
love
watched it not so long ago,
Me
right?
too.
But it's like
I love it.
they like just like putting up like trying to make niceties for people like, oh, maybe that's why. I'm like,
Yep.
no, he just doesn't want to talk to you because if he
Yeah.
would, he would. Like
Yeah.
her, he, whatever. Like it doesn't matter.
Period.
Like we do things we want to do. Like we all do. And we make time for the things we want to make time for. Like dating is absolutely no different.
We're back. Never too shy. What's going on, guys? Paulina, Tati, and Jonathan. Producer Marco in the building.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. We were talking about boats off air.
boats and hoes.
Yeah,
and
boats
hoes.
and hoes.
My
And
heart goes
and
pitter patter.
lesbians.
You're either a boat person or you're not a boat person.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no in between.
No, there's not.
I literally want to kill myself. I want to unalive myself on a boat.
She wants to jump off the boat.
Yeah,
I do every time. I'm like, please bring me to land. I don't understand why you would like that.
I just thrive on a boat.
On a boat?
On a boat. Just thrive.
But it's like, isn't the rocking the motion doesn't get to you?
No.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it gets bad. I remember.
Maybe it's just that I don't want to be on a boat with my coworkers.
That's probably.
That's
Well, yeah,
my
I wouldn't
personal
want
hell.
to. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be with the right set of people. You have to know who your boat, like I said, you have to know who your boat people are and who are not the boat people.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. All
Like,
right.
I wouldn't go on a boat with Tati.
Oh.
Yeah, you would ruin the mood.
Yeah.
I wouldn't invite you.
We're not even coworkers.
We're
not coworkers.
We're coworkers at best.
At best.
Yeah, no, I'm not about that life. But we're back, another episode, and Jonathan's back with us today. Thank you for being here. You're in your work corporate girly clothes.
I am. She's a corporate woman, CEO.
You are a CEO. You are a boss, babe. CEO.
yes.
Yeah, she
That's
owns
me.
this.
Yeah, 51% of this
I
company.
love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it. Well, thanks for coming back to hang out with us. So today we want to talk about a couple of things that were brought to our attention via Jonathan. I mean,
guy.
who knew?
Who knew?
But we're talking, I believe we're talking dating apps, green flags, red flags, another club.
No sleep.
No sleep. Next one. If you know that reference, then you're my friend.
You're in the right place.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the right place. So I definitely want to talk about that. I think it's really interesting. And Jonathan, you self-proclaimed yourself as the queen of first dates.
Queen of first dates, and I really do enjoy like online dating. You know, I think it's a nice. Like I like getting the information up front.
Yeah.
You know, like okay, like I want someone that like my things are. I'm looking for someone career focused. You know, goal oriented, easy on the eyes, and funny. And I feel like you can surmise those things by looking at someone's profile if they give it good enough of a shit. You know.
That's
Nice.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get into all of that. I have so
do
many
too.
questions.
I know. And
And
you're
similarly though, if you're hiding those things, that's also like a red flag to look for. You know, like why aren't you not sharing the basics that everyone
yeah.
else is sharing?
well, yeah, because that's kind of our identity, like kind of like where I don't know what you are, right? Like who you are, where you work, like what you do for fun, like what we were saying, like what you look like. I mean, those are things about you. So
What you choose, I feel like, to put on your profile is either a red or a green flag.
Oh, that's a good one
1000%.
too. That's
Yeah.
actually really funny. I want to get into
We're
that.
going to get into all of that.
all that.
Tea.
Awesome. So let's start with our affirmations. And I believe too, can we say this is the last time?
Yes, this is the last time we're opening with affirmations, y'all.
R.I.P. to affirmations.
All right, Peter. Like, we love this. She was great.
She was
She
great.
served her purpose.
Yeah.
But next season, we have a lot of. We're not going to talk about it too much. But next season, just know like. She's
evolved.
She's evolved. She's a monster. We love her.
We do.
She's feisty.
love
She's
her.
strong. We don't got to tiptoe around anybody.
That's right. Nobody.
We're ready.
Bets are off.
All bets are off the
Bitch.
table.
Gird your loins.
Gird your loins, bitch.
All of them.
Yes, Miranda Gurley.
So yeah,
Miranda
last
Gurley,
affirmation.
Miranda-
Oh, can we?
I went to high school with Miranda Gurley. What is that her name?
Who's
Miranda
that?
Priestley.
Miranda Priestley.
Oh, I'm like,
Who the fuck is
I always say
Gurley?
Miranda Gurley, who I went to high school with. Shout out to Miranda Gurley.
I thought you were just being like, she's a girly.
no, it's so funny. Just the other day, I was at dinner. And it was me, Alexa, and Fiamma, and we were walking. I was like, oh my God, I feel like Sex in the City. I feel like Carrie Underwood. and they're like Bradshaw or whatever her name is. What's her name?
Bradshaw.
Yeah. And
That's
I was
such
like,
a Carrie
well,
thing to say.
well, her. I feel like her.
Oh, that's so
Because of the
funny.
big hair, the well, anyway.
Yes, the fit.
So I felt that.
You're a Miranda, for sure.
You think I'm Miranda?
Not at all. No, not
No,
at all. Who
I
do you think you are?
It's interesting. I just think I was straight, like Samantha, just attitude, but then
Sure.
not really. We all think we're Samantha. Samantha.
Sure.
I never thought of
I
Samantha.
think I'm Carrie. I'm Carrie. I'm
Yeah, I
fucked
think
up like Carrie.
Yeah, so am I.
Why?
So am I.
Think so?
I think I'm Carrie too. Think
think we're
about
both
it.
really
She's a
fucked up.
writer. She's
Main
a
character
writer.
energy.
I technically write.
I
My
can
English
see you as
teacher.
Carrie.
The big curly hair. She always dealing with men or like something with men or
Yes.
you know, Trouble in Paradise.
I always see you with a man that's crazy.
every
All the
time,
yeah.
guys.
You're the Miranda
you don't-
for sure.
Am I? I hope not. No, I love her. She's a queen.
She
for
is
sure.
the queen. Do you want to be Charlotte? I don't think you're Charlotte.
No, I think I want to be Shar, but like I don't. You know?
Guys, last time we compared ourselves to a movie and group of girls, it did
no.
not work out. So maybe we should just stop.
Yeah.
Nah, keep
We'll
going.
cut
and
it.
that's
We'll
why
cut
you're
it.
Carrie.
And that's why
why
I'm
you're
also
Carrie.
Regina George, apparently.
Yeah, well,
I don't know
on
why,
point.
but-
Anyway,
I'm Tina Fey.
Affirmations.
and can I add though? Not
Please.
only, I know,
my God.
keep adding.
You're
we'll
more than
we'll
welcome to.
eventually get to it.
The suspense.
Not only is this our last time doing affirmations, this is our last time in this set.
Yes.
These bright yellow and
Walls.
orange walls are no longer going to be here.
It's really sad. It's the end of an era, but it's
End of
exciting
era.
at the
Yeah,
same time.
for sure.
We
Next
got
time
some
you guys
cute
want
things.
nachos, no more downstairs.
We got no more nachos.
It's fine. We'll just.
Hey Marta
We'll
makes
survive.
a mean.
Hey, hey, Marta.
Can you make some nachos?
Yeah.
She'll make
Mom, make me nachos.
Meatloaf.
Hey, Mom, the meatloaf.
yeah, she'll make like elotes for us. I'm
Oh
sure.
my God,
I'm
hell
dying
yeah.
for it.
And they won't be cold this time?
No.
Pierogies.
Whatever
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
want. Whatever
Period.
you want.
Okay, for real now.
Okay.
Affirmation.
Affirmations. So am I starting? So
Yeah.
you
Or
have yours?
you, one of you.
I was just thinking at the top of my head, I was like, I only want to. I mean, I feel like this just goes without saying, but we all need to hear it. Sometimes I just want to do things I want to do. I don't want to do anything because someone wants me to do it.
Ooh, I've been bounced off you.
You know, like we're too grown. Like we only have so much time. I don't want to ever be forced into something, or like I think people like to guilt me into things a lot. And I'm
It's
just
so
over
funny
it.
because I don't think they do. I don't think people guilt you. I'm saying like, I know you.
I think
on a
maybe it's just the
personal
fact that I
level.
know what they're doing and it's triggering. Like
Yes, guilt triggers you.
Yeah.
And one day, maybe on this podcast, you'll dive into it. But guilt is his trigger. So maybe that's what it is. I'm like, I don't think anybody does it, but I'm not in those conversations.
True. I
Right.
mean, you're usually like in one ear. My mom always assumes
Yeah.
you're like on the phone with
That's
me.
true.
So
I really
she-
am. I'm like in his ear.
Hello.
But yeah, no, I agree with that. Doing things you want to do. Kind of bouncing off of that. I think my affirmation will be don't get burnt out. And your girl has hit, I think, burnouts. And long story short, I always said that when I have my baby, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to continue my lifestyle. I have. I'm doing it successfully. However, I think I'm at the point now where it's not that I'm burnt out because I'm going to Taco Tuesday or some shit. I'm burnt out because I don't know how to ask for help. And I'm really bad at it. Like, I will take on a lot just because I don't want anyone else to. Not because I feel like they can't do it, but because I'm like, well, no, I can handle it. I can wake up at 2 a.m. and feed her and move her or whatever. I can do that. Instead of asking for help to my partner who's not waking up at 4 a.m. to go to work, he's going to be home that day. I'm the one that's like, no, I got this. Like, I'm used to this lifestyle. I can get up, whatever. Morning radio, I always say, like, fucked up my sleep forever. I'll never be the same.
Amen.
But it's like, for me, I don't know how to ask for help. So I've reached a burnout stage. I think to the point where my own mom is concerned about me. And that makes me really sad because, like, I've never really hit that point. So I'm trying to do better in getting rest, getting sleep, asking for help. But I'm also trying to get better, too, at, like, saying no to things I don't want to do. But it's hard because, like, I do want to do stuff. But it's also okay to like not do that. And I went through a phase where and Jonathan knew me back then. Maybe you did too. But it's like I would be at fucking everything and anything. Like you want to fucking go and like fucking I don't know pet dogs. Like I'll be there. Like you want to do I'll be there. And I did stop for a while. And I'm actually I think COVID for a lot of people changed a lot of people. Like one of my good friends Jason Brown. I always tell him I'm like you are such a queen. Like that guy used to be everywhere and anywhere to the point where he was burnt out. Dead, like no, nothing. And now he like actually says no to things. Like I'll be like, oh, you going into this? Fuck no. And you see him like walk off and go to his car. And I'm just like, that's growth.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta get better at that because it's not that I don't want to, it's just sometimes like I just don't have energy to, or maybe I don't want to as much as I think, or maybe let's pick a different day that just works better. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially like today, we talked about this getting in here. Like we have a really busy week, so do you. So it's like, why pile stuff on a busy week? It doesn't make it any better.
Yeah.
So I just want to tell people, please don't get burnt out because it's a really bad place to be at, like mentally, physically.
What's one thing you can start asking for help for?
I think baby related. Like I have no shame in asking my in-laws for help, and they're like, they want to be super. I mean, in-laws, my mom and my in-law, my grandmas or the grandmas for the baby, they're super involved. They're super helpful. So that's like not even an issue. I think asking my partner for help, I feel guilty. I don't know why, and I think there's something deeper there. Maybe I've been conditioned to feel that way. Maybe it's like some psychological mind fuck because I feel like
You're raised by a strong woman.
Yeah.
Do you kind of feel like my mom did it? I could do it.
I can do it.
But you have and it's sad to say the word luxury.
Right.
But you have
It
the
is,
luxury.
yeah.
You have the blessing of a partner.
Yes,
I think it's
absolutely.
just you coming to your like, wait, I could use you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should use you.
Yeah, and then today, like I think my mom had a talk with him, which I thought was so nice that they like were both concerned about me because I feel like he's been so helpful today. I took a nap without the baby, you know what I mean? Like my in-law was there walking the baby, like you know what I mean? Like just doing these things that I think were just like helpful to me. Plus, I got home late because of a work event, so like I hate that. Otherwise, my ass would have been home like 4 hours before that.
Yeah.
But it's just like little things like that to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then like, you know, we're going to talk when I get home, like, okay, maybe these days you wake up and feed her. You know what I mean? So that way it is like more fair.
Balance.
Yeah, I feel like I would say like these last few months, maybe this year, like starting 2024, something I've been doing because you know me, I used to do everything too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I could balance 90 hats, let's do it. But I think once I like prioritize like what's really important for me, what are my goals, what do I need to do? I think any opportunity or anything that comes up, I always ask the question why. Like, do I want to do it? Why? Am I unsure if I want to do it? Why? And then like keep following up with why to get to the root of like, oh, if I can't really answer that, or the answer is just like, oh, because somebody else would, or like, no. Just
Fair.
no. Like, so I would say, not just you, but anybody, just follow up with the why. I have to do this. Why?
I like that.
Because of this. Why? Like, how does that align with what your
Yeah.
goals are in any way possible? How is that going to make you feel better, be better? How is it going to attribute to your joy, your peace? And if it's not, then why are we spending more time on it than we should? Using all these things that don't necessarily come with priorities and that allow us to get burnt out. Why are we doing that?
Yeah. I
So
completely agree.
that's one way.
I like that. Ask why. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay, that's a start.
Yeah. So my affirmation, my last affirmation is if they want to, they will. Period. That's for anybody in any aspect of your life. No excuses, no nothing. They're going to do it. You don't got to ask for it. Let people's actions speak for them and don't even ask for shit. And you will receive an abundance of blessings, of love, or whatever if it's coming with good intention from the right people.
What is it again?
If they want to, they will.
They will.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I just heard another podcast the other day, and there was a woman on there who is kind of like, I don't know if she's like a dating coach, but kind of. It's a finance, it's like a finance podcast for like feminism. It's actually really good. I love it. It's it's called Her First 100K. It's a
know.
really good podcast for like financial stuff. If you want to be a financial girlie. But the chick had like this
Is she
lady
related
on.
to the other girly?
Miranda Gurley?
Yeah,
No.
different
I'm
Gurley.
screaming that I keep calling her Miranda Gurley. I went to high school with Miranda Gurley. Like, stop calling her that. But she had a guest on, and she was so interesting to listen to. She goes, she's like a dating coach or whatever. And she helps women and men meet people. And she's not the biggest fan of online dating, which is what we're going to get into as well. But she literally said, I fucking hate when people say, if he wanted to, he would. And I was listening to her reasons. I didn't agree. I was like, mamas, if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
They were making excuses like, maybe he has this, maybe he does.
I'm so over like
That's
just
hilarious.
giving people like the benefit of the doubt in like dating. Like we're
Thank
grown.
you.
Like again, we're gonna do things we want to do. If I
Boom.
want to hit you up, I will. If I don't want to respond, I probably won't. Like
So like, what?
like when you're dating already, like you're being like the best version of yourself to yourself, right? Like you're guarded, right? And like you're putting your best foot forward. So I don't know. It's just
Like,
I didn't agree with that, yeah.
no,
what she
like,
said.
no, we don't got time to waste on benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the
Like-
what if? Like, what if he
No.
got in a relationship last week? Like,
it reminds
bitch,
me
what?
of, yeah, like then why are you
Time
on this
to move
dating
on.
app?
Goodbye.
Yeah. It just reminds me of that movie, like he's just not that into you. Where like
Love
he
that
feels-
movie.
which I love. I
I
just
love
watched it not too long ago, right?
too.
But it's like
Movie, I love it.
they like just like putting up like trying to make niceties for people. Like, oh, maybe that's why. I'm like,
Yep.
no, he just doesn't want to talk to you. Because if he
Yeah.
would, he would. Like
Yeah.
her, he, whatever. Like it doesn't matter.
Period.
Like we do things we want to do. Like we all do. And we make time for the things we want to make time for. Like dating is absolutely no different.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Before we dive back into dating, producer Marco,
Yeah.
what's your affirmation?
Oh my God, I get a last
This is
affirmation.
you have
Oh my
to.
God, you must.
Oh
Tell me right.
wow. I'm surprised.
Can't help it.
My affirmation is never fear a storm, just learn to dance in the rain.
Dance in the rain.
I want to dance
I wanna
again.
dance in the rain.
If you want to dance in the rain with a significant other or by yourself, however
Or
you wanna
with
do it.
multiple people.
Or
Hello.
with multiple people.
Dance with
In
all
a
three of you
music-
guys. All four of us.
In a
Dance.
musical. You can dance at a musical.
It just reminds you of Drew Barrymore when she's like, I'm in the rain and I'm loving life. And I'm just picturing you going outside.
Me dancing in the rain?
Loving it.
I don't think I dance in
all of
real
you guys.
life.
Only in
too.
the rain though.
Yes.
Only
I
in
want
the
to do
rain.
the cha-cha in the rain.
In the rain? Lightning or no lightning?
No lightning. I don't want to die.
You're not that tall. Relax. But anyway.
You never know.
You never know.
Freak
That
accident.
1 million chance.
And this
1
economy
million?
is that what you say?
Right.
This is
This
so cute.
But yeah,
nice.
just if you're going through something, just learn to go through it, persevere through it. That's kind of what that means. It's kind of learning how to get through something, dancing in the rain, even if there's a storm.
I like that. That was cute. That was
Thank
very
you.
sweet. Thanks for
Beautiful,
wrapping us
producer
up in
Marco.
the nicest way
No
for affirmations.
problem.
Affirmations, you will be missed. She was that girl.
She was that girl.
that girl.
You know, she brought shade when she needed to.
Oh.
She brought information. She brought joy.
Hope.
She brought advice, hope. She brought tears.
She did.
She brought togetherness.
yeah. She really
She is
brought us
her.
together.
She just
She is her.
She's
She's
beauty
her.
and she's grace.
She's
she's
She's Miss United States.
Miss United States.
yes.
Miss United States.
I love it. So diving into our topic today, which we kind of touched on, kind of just scratched the surface, is that we are talking dating apps,
Online
and
dating
online
apps,
dating,
yeah.
and also just dating, right? So like red flags, whatever, green flags. But Jonathan is the queen of first dates.
I really am.
You've been on dating apps for what, maybe 8 years?
Since the gays came up with Grindr, yeah.
Since the gays.
Since the
What?
early days,
Since
yeah.
the early days?
History lesson, but I mean, I have my quarrels with it, but overall, like, I like online dating.
That's interesting because no one ever says that.
No.
No one
Yeah,
ever says
no.
that. And what do you like about it?
I like that I can screen you ahead of time. You know, like this guy I'm dating right now, I saw that he went to, like, I went to Jones, he went to Whitney, and they, similar people, and then I can, like, unpack things. I can see, like, okay, where'd you go to school? What do you like to do? Do you have a sense of humor? Like, what are you looking for? Like, I really like Hinge right now. Like, I mean,
The prompts and all
Grindr is
that?
just for hooking up with people.
Okay.
Tinder's a numbers game. Bumble, I feel like I have no idea.
So
what's going on with
there's a
Bumble.
math and a science
Yeah,
to this.
no,
He's
there
breaking it down.
absolutely
Free
is.
game.
But I think Hinge is like my favorite one. I think it gives
Okay.
you a little bit more thought on the profile. It's still short. It's nothing too intense.
Yep.
And I've had like some great first dates from it. I would say maybe there's 2 that I was like, okay, like that was all right. But it wasn't like a bad date by any means. And it's
Okay.
because I get the information, like, and I'm also looking for like what you're not giving, right? Like if you don't put like where you work, or like what you do. I'm like, okay, you don't have a job.
That's a red flag.
Which is some people don't.
And I also feel like hot take, if they put self-employed, that's also a red flag.
I just also hate the word entrepreneur just because it's
Yeah,
like, what do you do?
yeah,
Like,
what do you really
You either
do?
like own a business, you
my
do this
God.
or that. Like entrepreneur means like you're just like in your
Yeah,
mom's
like I have
basement.
ideas. So,
Literally,
okay,
I have
Just
ideas.
tell me what
ideas.
you do.
Yeah.
Tell me what you do.
That's
Right.
my
If you
personal
own a
red
business,
flag,
like just
I
say
feel
that. I don't know, I'm a dating coach. Like I don't know, I own a nail salon. Like what do you
Yeah.
do?
I own businesses.
Yeah,
I'm a business
not self-employed,
woman or
not
man.
nah.
What about
But
hustler?
proceed.
Yeah,
I just had to throw
hustler
that out.
works.
Yeah, I'm a
Hustler
hustler.
works.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I just feel like, okay, for example, if I see someone's like figuring out their dating goals, like I know what my dating goals are. I'm looking for something more serious.
Is that an option?
Yeah.
Figuring
Yeah,
it out?
and that's it. And I'm just like, okay, well then you're probably not it for me,
Yeah.
you know. But I get that. Like someone's looking for a relationship, or someone's looking for long term or a life partner. Like Hinge offers all of those options.
Why would somebody put that though? Like looking.
They might just be, getting out of a relationship, but they want to just like put themselves back in there. Like honestly, I appreciate the honesty, and I did date one guy who was like, "Oh, I put that on there so that way when I'm not really interested in the guy, I can be like, oh, I'm just figuring it out," Which I'm just like, ugh, then just say that. Like if you're not interested in someone, it's
It's okay to be direct.
Yeah, like
My
Shocker.
direct queen's over here. No, you're right. You're right. I just always
on,
feel.
DQ.
I know. I just always feel bad. Like I love that you guys can do that. When I was like dating prior, I'm married, but like I couldn't tell someone that.
yeah.
Did you ghost them?
Yeah.
To be
yeah.
honest,
I'm shit. I got ghosted too though. I'm shit.
I mean, same. Yeah.
just because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like we all know, I guess we're getting to the rejection part early, right? But like we all know what it feels like to be on the other side of something, right? And like someone just doesn't like you for X, Y, or Z, right? And like that's fine because I might not be right for you, but I'm gonna be right for someone else, and I'm not gonna start like changing my I don't even want to know why you're not interested because it's like I'm not gonna fucking change. I'm a grown ass
Right.
man.
Yes.
I'm not gonna change because
You
you who you
didn't
don't
like me.
like me anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna
Yeah.
give that for someone else.
Yeah. So kind of backtracking to like the way you describe Hinge, for example,
Sure.
or in general. So would you say that when you go and look through all these profiles, are you looking with the lens of compatibility? Like when
Sure.
you're looking through, you're like, are we compatible? Do you feel like you know that, right, when you look at their profiles?
I think it's hard to tell. Like first and foremost, I'm like my priority is like, okay, are you like easy on the eyes? Like I've told my therapist like my weakness, my downfall, my demise will be a man with a cute face. Like it'll take me out. But like once we're past that, like I mean, with Hinge, it does tell you like you can search by like people you're most compatible with. And it's like, hey, you've expressed an interest in either like what you're looking for, and I don't know how their algorithm like is putting it all together, but like it does say that. And some of those people, I'm like, okay, there's some good conversation there, but honestly, I do kind of look at it with a grain of salt. But I do like to see like, okay, like what do you do? Like if you like to go out all the time, we're probably not a
Yeah.
good fit. Like if you're like a super techno boy, like probably I don't want to go to like an EDM festival
thank
at the age of 32. That's not
No.
gonna happen. But like you can really tell someone's personality, what they like to do. Like first of all, if all of your pictures are like away blurred, your phone's right here.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people who their first picture is like a mirror selfie, but their phone is like in their face, or like they're wearing a mask. Oh, the trigger! Like I'm
Mad. The
trigger.
immediately gonna say no. Like that's your first fucking
Yeah.
picture, and you're covered, and I can't even see your face.
Yeah, or like, what if like their first picture is a picture of them and 4 other people?
Yeah, like
Who are you?
They're the ugliest one in the picture.
Yes, that's my
Every
theory. You're the
fucking
ugliest
time.
Oh
one,
my
which
God,
is
the
crazy. 'cause
shade.
I might want to connect with you to find out who that is on the left. Who's daddy on the left?
Exactly.
Give me his information.
No, and it always is, and I'm like, why are you doing that too? Like you're first, like
Yeah.
you're telling me as a grown person in 2024, you don't have a picture of you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What you're saying is there's not a picture you like, and I don't know, find a photographer. I don't know what you gotta do.
Or
but
even, I feel like also the opposite could be a red flag or a turn off. If the only thing you have pictures of, and this is me coming from a heterosexual woman looking at a men's profile, is like a man's profile with only selfies of himself.
and they're all in the same outfit.
Or,
they just took them that day.
only or only gym selfies, shirt off, that's a red flag.
Depends what we're working with. You know what I'm saying? I winked, but with my left eye.
I wish I knew how to wink. Yeah, like to me personally, I'm like, okay, you're a little too into yourself.
No, I feel that. Yeah.
That's a little too much there, bud.
If it's too thirst trappy,
Yeah.
I'm not into it. Yeah, like if they're all selfies,
Especially
I'm like,
if you
"Do
see the
have-"
print.
Yeah, like
If you see the print, that's like,
my other thing with that too
What are you
is like,
selling?
do you have friends?
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah.
are you telling me there's no one that's ever taken a picture of you?
Mm-hmm.
You've never taken pictures with other people? Like they're all just, they're all a selfie.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of guys, I think it's people who are just making a profile for the first time and they'll have like a few photos where they're wearing like the same shirt. And I'm like, those were the,
are you just
those are the
taking,
same,
going a different place?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. And it just looks so sad.
Yeah,
Don't do that,
It
people.
definitely can. That's interesting. So then, okay, obviously two different perspectives, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like we're on gay dating apps. We're a straight heterosexual woman looking
Straight
for a man.
ones. Well, I mean, Hinge is friends.
You are
I'm on the
no?
same
Like,
ones. The only other
you-
additional
well,
one was
same
Grindr.
Yeah,
from
you
back
are
in
a
the day.
straight.
Yeah, I'm a straight.
I'm a gay.
I'm
Wow,
curvy,
wow,
but
wow.
I'm a straight.
Okay, so you're right. You are looking for a man. You're a woman.
Yeah, I
looking
mean,
for a
I'm
man.
not on dating apps right now.
Wait,
but
why
like,
did you get off?
Cause
Huh?
I just like got bored of it.
Why?
There was nobody. Like, so for shits and giggles, I started the dating app like
Last
a long
year, right?
time ago, last year. And
what app?
It was Hinge.
Okay.
It was cute. Like, there was cute eye candy. Went on a few dates. Oh, I'm spilling tea. Whatever. Last
I already know.
episode. Whatever. Yeah, I went on a I went on a few dates. And some of them were really cool. Some of them I was just like you're nice. I just don't feel that compatibility. I don't feel the chemistry.
Yeah.
And like I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna waste my time. And then I was like, okay, I'm not feeling it. I deleted it. And like there's just no like, I don't know. I just don't feel it wasn't like so much fun that I just want to download it again. It was like, okay, you served your purpose. I realize I'm that bitch.
I think what's nice,
And I
what's
could
nice
pull.
for those,
It's a nice confidence boost. I'm not
Yes,
gonna lie.
it
It's
is.
a good confidence boost.
what's nice for the straights is that you can just assume that the guy you're looking at is probably into women, and vice versa, right? But like, I feel I've never can just assume that a guy is gay and go up to him and like hit on him. Like there was one time where I saw someone, I was like, I thought I'd seen them on an app, and I went up to him and I was like, hey, like you look really familiar. And he was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, well, are you gay? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, nice to see you. You know?
Yeah.
Wait,
And-
what?
And I was like, okay, I'll just ask, right?
I just
But-
went up to you. It's okay. Are you gay? Oh no. Have a good day.
no, I'm, but,
day.
yeah.
Good
I'm-
day, sir.
but then
Good day,
how
sir.
else? Like, I don't have a
No, right.
rainbow tattoo
Yeah,
on my
yeah, yeah.
forehead
Oh, fuck,
to
I do.
identify me.
I feel like you should.
So I
Like,
should I
Right.
get this
why
removed?
not?
Honestly.
Hello.
But it's like,
Should I
it's,
get my
it's
rainbow
too
tattoo?
difficult. And so like,
I know.
Barcode.
Oh, no.
A rainbow barcode.
and I don't want to get like, if you say that to the wrong guy, you can get like your ass beat. And I'm not
No.
Yeah,
trying
which is
to,
fucked up.
It's yeah.
which
yeah.
is a whole other problem.
Right,
But,
I was gonna say.
so
it's
I
its own
just like,
thing.
I like the apps because it's like, I don't have to go out of like, you know what I mean? To like put myself in a weird position like that. And
Yeah.
I know who I'm talking to is this.
Yeah.
And they're
right?
looking for a man.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
obviously that's why we're here. Ariana, what are you doing here? This is why I'm here. Yeah, I love it.
I mean,
I've gone on a date with someone who I thought I had like great like texting communication
Okay.
with.
Yeah.
And we went on the date and he didn't say anything.
oh,
And I'm just kind of like why are you here? You know? And I feel like I've always been someone that I feel like I'm a very good conversationalist, so I
Yeah.
can easily fill
Yeah.
like silence.
yeah.
But as I've gotten older, I'm like, that's not my job.
yeah,
You
it's not an
know,
interview. The
You
fuck?
know, like I don't always have to
one-sided.
fill it. Yeah, and seemingly too, like when I would talk to some people on Hinge, and I'll be like, hey, like how was your weekend? And they'll tell me about their weekend, but not asking
was no
me.
follow-up.
And
There
I'm
was
like,
no-
I'm not gonna ask you.
No.
I am not like gonna like. I don't know if you want me just to like steer the whole thing, but like you have to volley. And if you're not gonna volley, I just will respond to someone else because I am talking to multiple people
Here we go.
in this app, and we're all here for the same thing. If you don't want to talk to me,
somebody else will.
three other will,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm not gonna sit here
Steven
and
on
pull-
Monday. Gustavo on Wednesday. I don't know. I'm
Exactly.
making up
Not
names.
Gustavo.
These are not real
Damn.
people. I don't know. I'm making up names. But
So
yeah.
then, yeah, talking to multiple people. That
Talking
was-
about multiple people,
Yeah.
and I think that what I see as like the pro of online dating is everybody is going in knowing like you're talking to multiple people.
I
Like
sometimes forget, you know, but I have to remind myself that like we're all doing the same thing here,
Right.
And I mean, I'm pretty honest about like what I'm looking for. I don't know. I think a lot of people just tell you what they think you want to hear. But yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I just assume you're dating like a multiple.
I mean, yeah, I'm never going to assume like, oh, you only try to match me and you're only on here. There was somebody that told me like, oh, I only check this for you. Boy, bye.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Come on.
I
Sure,
only
Jan.
check this for you.
Goodbye. But no, I think that's important too. Like when you're talking to different people, you get the different vibes. You could pick up, does their conversation match their profile? Like the way they talk, the questions they ask. I think even like the prompts itself, like the prompts you choose to answer, and if you're intentional in how you answer them, I think that is also important.
Totally.
Because if everything's like a joke and everything's like something stupid, like I'm
So,
not
like,
gonna take you serious.
With Hinge, you get like 3 prompts. So I have one that's a little bit more lighthearted. I have one that's a little medium-hearted.
Yeah.
And then I have one that's more full-hearted.
There's
you
levels
know?
to this.
Yeah, like I want to get a joke through, but also like I'm trying to get you to see like who I am, and which is a challenge to do when there's like only so many boxes and so many characters.
For sure.
So the real tea behind my online dating journey that was very short-lived, I didn't make my profile. My coworker made my profile. My coworker and her boyfriend together pretty much made my profile. They decided the pictures, they decided the prompts I would answer, all of that. And you know what's crazy? I was told, do not put you're going back to school to get your PhD. Don't put that because that's intimidating.
I fucking hate
Stop
that.
it.
I promise you.
If a man can't deal with like a strong woman, then get the fuck out of here.
No, yeah, I
Like,
was told
minimize
not-
yourself. girl.
I
The fuck?
I was
Let's be little.
told not to put that. I'm putting y'all out there. I was told not to put that out there because it seems like very in your face. But best believe when conversations happen, baby, that was there. Because it's like, you want to take me out? Oh, well, find the time. If you want to, you will. Like, hello. And you have to understand my schedule. Like, not just, this sounds so, I hate the way this sounds, but it's the harsh reality. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
Only the strong survive in my life because I'm so busy.
So a woman can't put in their theory or these people's
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
A woman can't put she's gonna get a PhD, but a man can say that he's 6'2" in his profile. Like anyone fucking asked.
And that's crazy because, like, for me, if I read a man was getting a PhD, I'm like, oh, you are? You know?
That would be so awesome to know
it's
that.
crazy.
My only thing on that is like if I see someone's like, let's say they're studying to be a doctor, right? One doctors are, I feel like, whores for the most part, but I'll put that out there. Prove me wrong. And but like I know that like if they're doing residency, they might only be at this hospital
Booty call hours, maybe?
for like, but also but they're not gonna be here.
You're getting at
gonna
something
be here
else.
for
You know what I
4
mean?
hours,
Like
4 years.
I'm looking for someone
He's
that's
thinking
like
long term.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking
I'm
long term
thinking
here.
like-
You're thinking
yeah. But like I want someone that's gonna stick around. So someone that like
course.
maybe just moved here last month. I'm like, okay, you're just learning everything. I don't
Yeah.
want to be your coach.
Your tour guide.
Yeah, or you know, like
tour
someone
guide.
that is like still in school, right? That is like, I mean, you're here, like this is your base, so that's different. But like
Yeah.
when I see that from someone else, I'm like, oh, I mean, but you're not gonna be here. So like,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Right. For sure.
Yeah, no, I think that's wild. That's so interesting. So what is a green flag or a red flag in dating profiles? Like the
Green flag?
profiles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A red flag for me is a man in white glasses, sunglasses or regular glasses, because they're tacky as hell and
That was
huge red flag.
That's
I'm
very
looking at your
specific.
glasses real quick.
Oh no.
Hate them.
I have black
Yeah, you have the Andrew Cunanan glasses too.
I don't know
You
who
love
that
my
is.
Andrew Cunanan glasses. He was
I
the person that
love-
assassinated Gianni.
Oh, Giovanni Versace?
Yes, yes.
Ah, okay.
Those glasses are it. Yeah.
they're
They're the moment.
But
I am
yeah,
the
that's a big red flag for me. I mean, just someone that like, I mean, if they're all selfies, red flag.
Yeah.
If there's no people in your pictures, like you don't have any friends.
Yes.
What? I never, when I had dating apps, I would not put my
But I have like
friends in
maybe
there.
one with like maybe a group or like I'm out and about. Like they're not all
Look at
just
me, I'm
like
out.
these little
Adventures.
post pictures.
One
or
of
something.
my I don't think I had anything with my friends, but one of my pictures was of my family with my grandma.
Aw.
Because, and again, mind you, I wasn't the one selecting the pictures, right? And they were like, this has to be there because like you are like this with your family, so they need to know
I
that
would
off the
say
bat.
I would say green flag.
They need to know that off the bat.
a
Like
good one.
this is important to you, and
Yeah.
Yeah, if I were to see that, like I'm very family oriented. My family is very important to me. If I were to see that with a guy, that he's
I love if they
that
have a
family's
dog.
important.
We love a cute dog
We
moment.
love a dog.
But you have to be like for me, you have to be like well groomed. Like I don't want a pretty boy. right?
Neither
I don't
do
want
I.
a pretty boy,
Yeah.
but I like a well-groomed man. Like you could still like look masculine, have the beard and that, but like you just can't look messy.
Yeah, I love a natural male beauty.
A natural male beauty, and you can't try to be prettier than me. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I've like
No.
It's just because it's like I don't know. I just like that's so not important to me, you know. And so if I see that, in like I don't want that in a partner either,
Right.
You know, I'm just I don't know. Some things I don't know.
Yeah. Green flags, I want to see whether it's the pictures or the prompt, you discussing like a hobby or something you do outside of work.
Okay.
Because we've talked about this, how like it's important to have a partner that also has like an interest or a hobby that also takes up their time. So like you don't become their hobby. That's
Yeah.
all they have, right? So I think that's important. Like what are you doing with your time outside of your career?
Yeah.
A
That's
career
good one.
is a big one.
A career. Yeah.
A
like,
career.
honestly, at this big age, yeah, you kind of should have your career
Which
unless
is
you're
like
switching. But
which is like I hate we talk about sometimes we talk about this sometimes how it's like our jobs are kind of like define us, but it's like it kind of, annoyingly, disgustingly they do.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
It's
how
part
do
of who we are.
how do you spend your day?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
right, I think a
Capitalism.
career it is. You said what?
Capitalism.
Yeah, capitalism, man. Fuck
This
the
bitch,
patriarchy,
yeah.
man. What about you, Marco? If you were ever, and you would never been on a dating app, right?
No, so actually I got obviously met Lucy and we got married right at the beginning of like dating apps. So like right when they're getting
Interesting.
popular. Like so when I was in college it was all like Snapchat and shit like that. But
Okay.
yeah, it wasn't Tinder or anything else. But
Yeah.
I mean this all sounds fucking exhausting, in all
Oh,
honesty.
it is. It
like a
really
part-time job.
is.
You know,
It's
it's
a lot.
crazy.
Like for me, like it just I remember like dating, you'd go to a bar, you meet someone, you talk to them, like you wouldn't necessarily go through like
I
a
100%
trials
prefer that.
I feel like you're going through the Hunger Games.
authenticity of just like
in the wild.
being in the wild. Except
Yeah.
I'm
I
never
would
out
love
in the wild.
that.
But
I would
yeah,
love that.
And it's happened to me before. Like I did like meet somebody
Yeah.
like last year roughly, and it was very what's the word? Natural. What's the word? I can't think right now. My
It
brain's.
flowed.
Yeah, it just
There's
happened.
connection.
Effortless?
No, like
Oh, my bad.
There's a connection.
I don't know what the fuck it's
I don't
called.
even know.
Shit.
Couldn't tell
Fuck
you.
me, bitch. But yeah, it was just like very random, and it was like really cool and respectable the way he approached me.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed that, where I was even like, oh. Okay,
This
bitch.
is
Yes.
what-
It's hot. It's
It was
hot when someone
It was great.
goes
Just
up,
like
yeah.
the approach was great.
Yeah.
It was like a nice mix of like being respectful but showing you're interested but not looking thirsty.
Yeah.
Like it was, but it was very like assertive too.
Yeah.
Like I see what I want,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna.
Where were you? Like at a bar or something?
No, I was at an
Church?
event. No, I was at like a networking event at my university where I'm getting my PhD. I was with my grandma.
Oh, I know
And
this
Oh, I
person.
remember this.
You remember?
I remember this
You
person.
remember? Okay, it started off great. Okay, anyway,
It always does.
It was in the
it
moon.
always
No,
does,
it
right?
does.
And it
Again,
crashed
his
down.
approach was the best. He was with his mom. I was with my grandma.
Yeah.
So the way it started was like he started talking to my grandma, and then him
Oh,
and his
that's
mom
good.
started over. Like him and his mom started talking to my grandma and I, and then like as they're talking, he's like, "Give me the eyes," and I'm like, "Oh,
Wow.
you give me the eyes." So then he's like, "So like." Do you got a contact info? Can we switch? So then me being me, I was like, yeah, I can give you my email. And everybody was like, really, bitch? You're going to give him your email? And he looked at me. I was like, or my phone number? And then that's how it, but it was just like, I think that's one thing also that is harder to get translated online.
Yeah.
Is like, what's the difference between being too aggressive and like making a conversation? A red flag for that is just like, what up, sexy?
And like things
Like, like
Gross.
so much
Gross.
gets lost in text communication for
Yeah.
sure. And I think that's so difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, there was someone that like matched with me and they were like, "Hey, you want to FaceTime right away?" And I was like, "Okay, like slow down. Like ease into it. Like talk to me
Too
a
fast.
little bit." But yeah, but another thing with me too, like I like to like if I'm like having a little bit of a conversation with someone and I like them, I'm like, "Okay, let's go on a date." Like I can't small talk you
no,
forever.
no, let's
I
get
can't do
let's
it.
get to it, boo boo. So I know if I got to cut you off.
Yeah, like I don't want to waste my time, and some people just like don't even want to go on a date. They're just like playing around, like
Yeah.
fiddling with messages, and
Yeah.
what are you doing here?
No,
Sweet,
totally.
typing sweet nothings.
Yeah,
So you both are pretty much open then to, I'm curious, and I know you're not on the dating apps
No,
right now,
I'm not.
but you are dating in a sense. Like
I mean,
you're
I
open to
haven't
dating.
officially gone on like a real.
But you're open to
date.
it.
I'm open to it.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
for
what I mean.
sure. Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
yeah.
are you both looking? I'm curious for a like a long-term relationship? What are you both looking for? At the
I mean,
moment?
that's the
curious.
goal. That's the goal, but I'm also
Yeah.
not gonna force it
No.
like
I'm gonna
right
force
away.
it. I'm gonna force it.
I wanna
You're
force
gonna
it so hard,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like I want that. I'm intentional with that.
Yeah.
I say that, but like if I meet somebody and I'm not feeling it, then I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna keep going until it feels right. Like
As it should be.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking for something more long term. But I was even telling you, like the other day, like I just renovated a house. I'm exhausted, and it feels. I was living with my mom for so long, and it feels so good to finally have like my place,
Which is
And I
beautiful,
just-
by the way.
Thank
Congrats.
you, thank you. And
Yes.
I just want to like
Lot of work in
sit
that.
with myself for
Yeah.
a bit. You know, like I just want to like lay on the couch with my dog and like. I will say this is probably one of the first times like ever. Like I feel like people before like, yeah, I'm not looking universe. I'm not looking for him. Like trying to like help
100%.
me, you know?
Yes.
But I feel like this is like the first time where I'm like, if it happens, that's great.
that's how I feel.
And I'm not gonna force
100%.
anything.
Yeah, 100%. I'm open to it, but like I'm even going out. I talked about this yesterday. Just like the idea of going out, I'm tired. I found so much peace and joy just being home. And like you know me, I'm never that girl. I'm out next event, this. But no, I've genuinely found so much peace and joy at home.
Oh my God.
So-
We're like so like all this is just
I
tying
know.
back in together.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, you have to, if you want to, you will, right? Like, if you
Facts.
really want to take me out, your actions will prove it. Like, okay, like, put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah. Especially when you're like in the beginning.
It's when you should be doing it the most.
Yeah. You know, like this is
You know?
this is the interview, girl.
This
Like,
is the interview. This is, what do they call
Audition?
it? This is like
Honeymoon
the
phase?
draft.
Oh,
This
the
is the
draft.
draft.
The draft.
Before the season.
This is the
Then
combine,
the
you mean?
season starts, you get you got your bench players, you got your starting five,
You got a
starting
whole,
whatever.
you got a whole
Once.
roster?
No, but that would be kind of cool though. I don't think I've ever talked to that many people at once. But
my
like,
God.
you know, you get the concept.
I could
You
never.
weed them out. You
Yeah.
weed them out. And I think talking is just like you could be texting
Yeah.
people and
Absolutely.
then you're like, okay, based on your conversations, I'm already ranking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already like, okay, I for sure want to go on a date with you. I'm open to it. If it doesn't happen, I don't care. But that I leave it up. I leave it up to them to match their words with their actions.
So I'm a huge romantic, and so like I actually I feel like this is like counterintuitive, but I feel like dating multiple people at once has really helped me because I don't attach the fantasy as much to one person.
This is true.
I feel like it makes me less thirsty. It's more just like a part
It
of
kind
the
of keeps
day.
it exciting too.
Yeah. And like I love the beginning of dating someone. Like
Yeah.
I love making out. Like how often are you and Javi
Oh,
just
I'm
now
not even, like,
now
done.
married with a child? How often just sitting on the couch like making
Make
out?
out.
Like never, you know?
We were just talking about that at work.
Yeah, and I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the butterflies, like
The butterflies,
Like
that's
yesterday, I went
it.
on a paddleboard date, and we were both just like falling into the water, and it wasn't embarrassing. It was fun, and I don't know. It just like, but like being nervous, like, oh, I hope I don't look stupid. Like,
Yeah.
you don't really always feel that later
Yeah.
on, you know.
I think my
And-
favorite part in general is just like when you get the random text of like a picture of something. It's like, this reminded me of you. I just thought of you when I saw blah, 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 or
Yeah.
that. Like that is really sweet.
That
When
is
somebody's
sweet.
intentional, they're thinking about you. But I also want to say like this idea of dating multiple people, a lot of people have a misconception that if you're dating multiple people, you're intimate with these people and you're like making out with all of them. And that's actually not the case.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least personally.
Yeah. He's always
Personally,
making out with everybody.
personally, that's not like the case
Yeah.
with me,
I get
right?
that, yeah.
And so, and a lot of people look down upon others who are saying like, "Oh, I'm openly dating," but the reality is, and this sounds so stupid, but like when you are shopping for a car, do you buy the first car you test drive or you get in? No, like you look at all the different functions and things each car has, and then you start to see a pattern of what you like, and then you narrow down your cars to between these two, and then you find out like which one best suits you.
My thing is, I just don't want to hear you say you're dating multiple people.
No, I get
Do you
that.
know what I mean? Like,
I know,
I'm
I get
so
that.
I would be
weirdly
crushed.
jealous.
I get that.
Like, I was talking to someone, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to someone on Hinge." They're like, I was like, "Oh, how was your weekend?" He's like, "Oh, I just came back from a date."
Yeah, that too much. I don't know.
I was like,
you
"Why
not
are you
need to
fucking
know.
telling me that?"
no, that's too much. I
Yeah.
agree. You don't need to do that.
I never responded.
And I think there
Whatever your
is-
name was.
I think there's a nice balance of like, okay, you have this hopefully this agreement, this idea that like, okay, we're here. I'm just gonna assume you're dating other people, but I'm not gonna ask, are you dating other people? Because then that's weird, right? Because then you want to ask the follow-up question like, well, what place am I in? Like, I'm always in first place, okay? Always in first place.
When do you like to ask, what are you looking for?
Right away.
Yeah.
I would say ask, what are you looking for right away? Because then you know if it doesn't align, then this is not for you. But I will say I would not push for like are we exclusively seeing each other?
When would you ask that? If
I think
ever?
it depends on like how many dates you've gone on. And it's not the same for everybody. It's not a universal thing. I think it's just when you feel comfortable enough to ask the question. Yeah. But I do think you have to go on a certain amount of dates before you could ask that.
I agree.
You can't ask that on the second date, in my opinion.
So fucking
I mean,
weird.
maybe some people, they just feel it, and then you know, and they're together.
Possibly.
Can't relate. But,
yeah. Marco told me. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, there's only been, like, since my last relationship, there's been like 2 or 3 guys where I'm talking to them nonstop, and I'm like, wow, like, because normally like I can text you once or twice a day and it's fine, right? But like, there's been a few people where I'm like, wow, this is something, and it always like ends before it even begins.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm like associated, like, oh wow, that communication is such a great sign, but I'm like, wait, don't you have a job? Why are you texting me so much?
This is true.
Like, what are you doing?
No, that's true. And then it's that idea, right? If you are dating and talking to multiple people, like, holy cow, is this all you do all day?
Oh my God,
Talk to all these people and just text.
Right. How do you have the
That's
time?
crazy. Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
It's so funny because Marco shared a story with me one time about, I want to say it was a friend of yours. And I think about the story. I think it's really funny. Where they went on a date or something. They've been dating. I don't know how long. And I guess he was driving her home. And she basically was like, I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I have another date. But like, because because he basically like wasn't giving her an answer of like, what are we or something. And then like she wanted to be exclusive. And he was just like, you tell the story. I don't know the story.
So basically, like they went on a couple
It's
dates,
funny.
and they were coming back from a date, and she's like, "Oh well, you know, I have to get home because I have to go on another date now or something."
I
And he's
wouldn't
like-
tell them.
He like pulled into the McDonald's parking lot. It's like, "What do you mean you're going on another date?" And like broke down. It's like, "No, like this is exclusive and everything else." But she did that because, like Paulina said, he wasn't giving her any feedback of like,
This
are
is
we
why
exclusive?
you need to
Are we
communicate.
something? Are we
But
not?
also, like, how strong,
kinda love that.
strong is that though? If you have to put out like such a weird fucking statement
No,
to get
that's
what
weird.
you want.
No, I agree.
So she's like,
That's-
I blame
I
this
get
guy.
it.
She's like, this poor guy, like in my school, is like, yeah, I'm going out with this guy, and he's like, who the fuck is that? Like, hates him now and everything else. But the whole story was to convince my friend that, hey, like, you need to make a decision. What are we?
I get what you're saying, but sometimes you gotta remind them, like, I'm
Put your
spoiled
foot
in
down.
demand,
Dude,
bitch.
I'll never forget years ago when I was dating my boyfriend way back in college. I remember we got in an argument and we pulled over in a parking lot, and it was a big ass parking lot, but like no cars were in it, but it was huge, right? And I remember I told him, I'm like, don't you worry, because I could fill this parking lot of dudes that want to be where you are right now. So you'll let you sit on it. But I said it like with my chest, and then he looked at me, and we started dying laughing because that shit was funny as hell. Like I really said that, but I meant it. But it was just funny. But it's true. Like in some ways, you do kind of have to let people know, like, honey, I'm not just sitting around waiting on you, boo boo.
That's it.
That's cool. Take your time. I'm going to feel it out. But just know, as cool and steady as you may be keeping it, there may be somebody else that their actions are matching their words,
Yeah.
and they're going to get priority.
It's like Jonathan Majors and Michael Eavey, you know?
Boom.
Yeah. And my thing is too, it's like, I forgot. My last
We do that a lot here.
Yeah, we do.
No, I get that. I think dating in general is hard, but I think that online dating is a whole different ballgame.
My thing is just like, I love myself so much more than like anyone I'm just like don't even know and I'm talking to. And it's like, so if you're not serving,
Jonathan
like,
loves himself,
I
guys.
really do.
But I love that.
And if like, if you're not,
let me tell you a story. Go ahead. I'll tell you a story
and
about
if you're
that.
not like serving a purpose, like I'd rather be alone than with someone that like, and it's not about service. It's not about
Drains you?
reciprocity, right? But it's about like what are you
adding?
bringing to the table?
Yeah, what are you bringing?
Like, 'cause I'm the fucking table. What are you bringing?
I am the
to
meal,
the table?
the entree, the dessert, all the courses. Have a seat. Yeah. Okay,
love
tell
it.
me the story.
So it's like not really relevant, but it's relevant to this because like Jonathan is the most confident person you'll meet.
I love it.
And like at work and radio, we always like fuck around and say like we're just like not confident people. Like it's just a dumb joke. And at work, I dead ass told everybody the story, and it was so funny because Jonathan told me a story. Can I tell the story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So basically, his I'm probably saying it all wrong, but someone in his family, I'm not gonna say somebody in your family basically was shitting on your interior design looks.
Or like,
He's
I was like, what
he's
if I
very
career
passionate.
pivoted? What if I career pivoted?
Career, that's what it was. I'm sorry. He basically said he wants to, like, he was making a statement of like, what if I career pivoted into interior design? Because Jonathan's actually really fucking good at it,
Yeah.
and he's got the eye, and
The
he's
queer eye.
Queer eye?
yes, literally
Dare I
queer.
say?
For the straight guys?
Yeah.
And
For all the
yes.
guys. Yeah.
And he's so talented. So like yes. However, my friend Jonathan is also very confident.
Okay.
So his ass goes to me. He dead ass said to me, because he's telling me the story. He goes, yeah, so and so said like that they wouldn't pay
There's
you
like
for it.
there's so many designers. Like I'll probably like won't make it. And I said, could you imagine how that would what that would
You
look
talked
like
about this.
if I wasn't so fucking confident?
You talked about
Like,
this a
bitch,
long
what?
time ago, saying that like
Yes.
that you love to. I remember you talked about
Love
this
his
story.
confidence.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of my favorite
Can you
stories.
imagine if you didn't love yourself? That would break you.
yeah, it would
Ruin
Like,
you.
Could you
Can't
imagine
relate.
not being this confident?
Be
I
your
relate to
own
it so
support
funny.
system,
I love
everyone.
Yeah.
I want to get
Period.
on your levels one day. One
Yeah.
day.
Right.
Well, me and my
I'll do a
confident-
lunch and learn.
Okay, thank you.
We'll do
the
a
kids,
workshop.
yeah.
I'll buy a ticket. I'll attend your workshop because bitch. So shall we close out with a rapid fire?
Yeah.
I love it. And to wrap up, I want to bring in our I'm calling you an
Our
expert.
specialist.
Our,
Sure.
our
Our
expert, our
guru.
guru,
The queen.
Like our very own what's the word I'm looking for? Just like a specialist.
Sure.
The
This
specialist.
is
Specialist.
Dating
Content
Jedi.
specialist.
yeah, this is your specialty. For online dating, right? What are like the three maybe biggest tips or
Yeah.
like the three biggest
If there's
yeses?
somebody who's like, do I want to do it? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Here I go. I'm gonna do it. What advice would you give them? What should they do to be successful?
One, I would say check out Hinge.
Okay.
Right. I feel like that's for more serious daters.
Ding. We should get paid for
This
that.
is not
Serious
ri-
daters. Yeah, like
It's not a
sponsor
paid
us,
ad.
Sponsor us.
It's not sponsored.
I would say be honest. Like, don't fill out like what you think other people want you to hear. Like, I'm here to get to know you.
Yeah.
And volley. If someone's asking you a question, you don't even have to ask a different question. All you have to say back is answer it and be like, what about you? Like, that's literally all you have to do to keep
Yeah,
it going.
it's not hard.
And if you don't want to respond to someone, don't. Like, there's no reason to keep this going. You don't owe anybody anything, not just for dating, for everything, right? You don't owe anybody anything. So, like, don't feel like you have to respond or commit or whatever.
Yeah. That's great advice. I love that. Tati, you're going to go back on the apps now?
No.
You know what's crazy?
I'm not.
Tinder just came out with the feature that like you can connect your photos and its AI like searches your photos to find the best ones.
Oh God, no! I would
no.
never.
It picked
no.
all my
I
ass
pick
pictures. It was
myself.
crazy.
I
How
would
did it
pick
know?
myself.
How did it know?
Because
You know?
your best angles. Hello.
Mamas.
Yeah, no, I don't want to
No?
go. No, I mean it sounds like I want to live in his
Vicariously.
app. I want to sit
wanna be in
with
his
him
DMs?
a day. He's scrolling and I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't.
Hey, you tried it. Wasn't for you. And
I
that
did it.
also
I had a
happens.
little season. It was cute.
It
I'm
was
good.
cute. Well, I love that. Jonathan, thanks
Just
for
put
being
yourself out there, people.
Yeah.
Yes, put yourself
Love
out
that.
there. That's how I found my husband, so I don't
Amen.
recommend
Yeah.
Oh,
it. Yeah.
I like how she says it at the end.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking helpful
Yeah,
information. She
yeah,
found
yeah.
a fucking husband on here.
I
How
did.
wow.
Okay, the only thing I will say advice-wise about that, because I'll kind of put this into like a little,
Okay.
what do we call it? A little summary.
Synopsis.
A little synopsis is that it's not easy to online date if that's what you're looking for, because like you said, you got to kind of weed through a lot of things. We literally talked about it on this podcast, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're going to weed through a lot of people who have different intentions than you, maybe the people that just want to have fun, who want to meet people, whatever. Low-key, there's some cheaters on there from what I remember back in my day, like having whole-ass wives and shit and like girlfriends. So
Ashley Madison, watch out for that website.
what is it
You
called?
guys can look it up. Ashley Madison. It was like a cheating website. It was like a website for cheaters. Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh yes. But I'm talking about the dating apps. Like
No,
they make
for sure,
profiles
yeah.
and come off as like I'm a single dad. No, the fuck you're not. I'm a single dad. You're a dad. You're not single. However, that when it comes to like my personal experience, advice that I would give is like, yeah, be straightforward. I would say don't give up if that's what you want. You know what I mean? And you're saying you're like, I had a season, whatever.
Yeah.
I've had many seasons on dating apps, a lot. I go through seasons. I never stayed on them consistently.
Okay.
I would, like you say, I'd be on for like 2 months, meet 2 people,
2
whatever.
months. I didn't
What?
even do that.
No, maybe like a month or 2.
Shit, I've been on since
1 or 2
college.
people.
Damn.
Right? No, but then I like delete it or get off whatever, and then like go back maybe like 6-7 months later. So like I had like little seasons, if you will.
Okay.
So like if that's what you like feel like, okay, I'm I have a good chance of finding somebody, and they're like, you probably do, but you have to weed through a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. I think my situation, I've heard it from me and my coworker. She also met her husband on a dating app. I think it was Hinge or Bumble. I think it was Bumble. They also met, but again, I think it's like a diamond in the rough.
It's those success stories. You're like, I know someone who met their husband off of
The
but
couple.
that's- yeah.
That's how the couple, the one that made mine.
They met?
I think was it Hello Cupid or whatever that was
Yeah,
back in the day.
Christian
She
Mingle?
she went on 27 dates before meeting him.
Wow.
She kept repeating that number to me because like she didn't want me to give up on the dating apps. I went on like 3, and she was
Yeah.
like 27. I'm like, okay.
But I think we go about 27 in our lifetime, I'd say.
I lost
Yeah,
count.
lifetime, but she's strictly
that app.
only via that app. She went on
Yeah.
27 dates.
I think there's good men and women on the apps. I do. I would never say that doesn't exist because
for sure.
bitch, I was on there and I'm
Hello.
good. Okay, hello. And I was normal, good. I like,
Yeah.
at that time I like was just, working,
Yeah.
like focusing on myself. Like there was no, I don't think I'm a red flag, but there was no red flags in my book. However, and my husband too, right? Like you know him. You guys all know him.
Yeah.
Like he's genuinely a good man. And
Yeah.
like, I'm very lucky for that because I've met shit people on that app too. I met some cool people, but I would never say they're good people. But don't give up if that's what you want to continue to do, and I support that. It's you gotta weed through a lot of people, and sometimes you do have to go on the dates, 27 dates, right? Whatever dates, like you have to go and you have to meet these people, and I think you have to. Unfortunately, play the game. It's a game, right? It's like because you're not gonna just like match with your husband and
Survival
be
of
like,
the
this is
fittest.
it.
Yeah.
So like I
Hunger
think it
Games.
could work, and
Monopoly.
like right.
Trench warfare.
All the
And
games.
trust your gut with those red flags because, like I
like
said,
that.
like a lot of these single dads are on there. They ain't no single. Their dads are not single. So like, look out for those things. If you feel like something's not right, you're like, okay, this guy can only call me between 10 p.m. and
That's
fuck.
a red flag.
Girl.
Or if they call you, it's only when they're in public places.
Yes.
Never like in their home.
Never, or they never invite you over. I'm not saying that's like what everybody wants
No,
to do,
but
but
yeah.
like when you guys actually start hanging out and they
Yeah.
don't want you, I'm just giving red flags that I've seen from
This is
other
good.
people too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like, and that can start from dating apps
Yeah.
because people go on there because they are looking for something else. Unfortunately, they're married or they're whatever in relationships. I've seen it. So
Messy.
just look out for those people. For some reason, I feel like that was the biggest one at that time for me.
Yeah.
I was like seeing a lot of cheaters. I'm just like, this isn't good.
Yeah.
Like, why are y'all here? Why the fuck are you here? Look out for that. Look out for the weird profiles, the self-employed, whatever, the ones who don't talk back. Like, I gotta have a conversation here.
Yeah.
Honestly, just trust your gut because it'll never steer you wrong.
Amen.
If you don't feel good about somebody.
Amen.
And always be safe on dating apps too. Be safe.
Yeah.
Don't-
Public
yeah.
places.
Public places
I always tell
always.
Pauline, I'm like, hey, I'm going here.
Yeah.
If I don't
Share
respond in an
location.
hour,
Yeah.
call the cops.
We share locations too.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like,
I have that with my friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's smart. So
sure.
that's the advice that I would give. And don't give up if that is something that
Yeah.
you're looking for. Because I love that I met my person on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're complete opposites too. You guys all know that we are so opposite, but it works.
Period.
So I love it.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you guys. Again, this is our last
This is our
episode here.
last
So enjoy
episode
the
here.
walls.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
a little
ambiance.
moment for the colorful vibes.
And a moment for Jonathan. Thanks
a
for being
moment
here.
for
Thank you for having me
Jonathan. Yes,
again.
queen.
Yes,
having me.
and also tune next week. Tati and I and Marco will be our next episode, I should say.
Yeah.
Next season.
Yeah, next season.
Next season.
We're going to fill you guys in on
What's to come?
what's to come, who you'll see here, all that good stuff, and you'll
All
see
the
a whole
good
new
stuff.
set.
Whole new everything.
Hopefully, I'm 10 pounds down from Ozempic.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm like
I'm probably gonna be
girl
the same.
every day. All that good stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. Paulina Rowe on
Yes.
Instagram
Talk with Tati.
Jonathan Starzik.
and at Never Too Shy Pod. Thank you
Yes.
guys.
Bye.